Katya, Isaac, and Christian. There is so much to say, but I know one thing. I made you a promise. When the divorce started, you would ask me a lot of questions. I could not say what they were, and I discussed that more. But I promised you that when you got older, I would not allow the same things to happen to you that happened to me when my mom and dad divorced because my father, my natural biological father, committed adultery and destroyed the marriage for many, many years until the age of 32 because I did not know what happened in the divorce. I didn't know what caused it. I didn't know the implications, nothing. I lived under a condemnation that I thought that my parents had divorced because of me. It wasn't until the age of 32 when I learned the truth about what my father had done. And I've forgiven my father. Him and I, we settled things before him, your grandfather, died. I forgave him. And he did go on to accept Yeshua. And I believe that I will see him in eternity. I forgave him about everything in the whole shebang. But the point is, I grew up till the age of 32 believing that it was my fault that my mom and dad got divorced. I'm not going to allow that to happen to any of the three of you, not one of you. You will know the truth. You will know the truth. So as I was saying is if you were embarrassed, ashamed, if I embarrassed you, whatever, in relation to the videos I put up about Ian, that I sent to Ian, I apologize for that. I definitely do not intend to embarrass you in any way, shape, or form. But what comes first to me above anything and everything is that you learn the truth. The truth, the whole truth. Now, everything I say here concerning the divorce is in the documents. Just about every single thing is in the documents in relation to the actions that your mother did, the abominations, the perversions, the false accusations, everything. And I have every document. And it's available. And one of these days, when that I won't send you right now. Why? Because your mother will do everything whatsoever to stop you from having access to those documents. Why? How do I know that, or why do I believe that? Because she's done everything possible whatsoever, in my mind, and I believe this firmly, to poison you against me, so that you don't want anything to do with me, so that you don't get the truth. That's the purpose of it. That's the purpose. I believe that firmly 100%. But I also say this to you, Marisol, right now. You have a short time period to straighten this out. That does not mean, hey, you and I getting back together. That ain't going to happen. Okay? That's not going to happen. I don't want another nightmare in my life. That's the way I look at my marriage. A nightmare. Now, you have a short time period. How much do you have? I don't know. But as Solomon in Psalms and in the Song of Solomon and in the scriptures of Solomon, he says that life is like a vapor. It comes and it goes, boom, boom, and that's it. It's gone. And that's true. I mean, I look at myself right now. I'm 58 years old, and it feels like it was yesterday that I was 12. So 46 years have passed like a vapor. Boom, gone. You're 48 years old. And it's passed like a vapor. So what does that mean? Well, it means is that you could be before Yeshua tomorrow morning, or you could be before Yeshua in 20 years. But the day comes that you go before Yeshua and you have not corrected this. You have a problem. You have a major problem. Because just like Jezebel did, remember Jezebel in the Old Testament? She overthrew the leadership in her family. It's called witchcraft. Okay? That's what you did. Don't believe me? Talk to your pastor, whoever it is you go to, whatever Christian cult church you go to. And ask them in relation to what you did. And see what they say to you. Now, maybe you should go to those same pastors, Marisol, that told you that you had total scriptural authority to divorce your husband and do what you did. I love to have a conversation with them. But you know what? I believe that's a lie. I don't believe there's any pastor that told you that. But you're trying to substantiate with a lie all your actions. All your actions. Let me tell you something. See, the difference between me and you is this, or me is this. I know who you really are inside. You may appear to all your friends to be the most righteous Christian cultists, but you know what? Every time you look in the mirror, you know what you really are. And you're nowhere near that in that land. But you have a small opportunity, Marisol, to correct this before our children wake up to what you did. And if they wake up, and they will, it's not an if, they will. It really is when they wake up. And these videos could do it. And I hope it doesn't, because they need their father. They need their father. Do you believe, Marisol, that our children can grow up 100% functional when there is no head of a male in their lives? What, do you think your father is their head? My goodness, you've got to be kidding if you think so. A man that has no credibility, integrity, and so on. And I'm going to cover some aspects with him, such as his declaration, which is interesting. It was after he broke up our family by offering you the 30 pieces of silver, which was the house, which you took. See, that's one thing that you don't seem to have an idea what you did. You took 30 pieces of silver for our family. You took a house. You were bought. You were bribed, and you took it. And you also took your father as your husband, a perversion in total. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But you have a short time period before our children learn the truth. And not learn it, they're going to learn it. They're going to get the truth very soon. And I'm talking soon here. I'm not talking about months, under any circumstances. And they're going to wake up. They're going to ask you questions such as, I want to see the original petition for divorce that you filed for the divorce, saying that you wanted the divorce. Something tells me you're not going to want them to see that, where you proclaimed that I was going to molest my children, insinuating definitely no ifs, ands, or buts that I was going to sexually molest my children, and that I was going to abuse them, signifying a physical abuse, hitting, striking, etc. of my children. You don't want them to see that. But I will say this to them. I have those documents. I have the documents. So if your mother, Katya, Isaac, and Kristen, don't want you to see that document, don't worry. Just ask me. And I'm not going to be able to get it to you in one day because they're with your grandmother and Grandpa Bob, who both are still alive and both wonder if you'll ever give them a call. That's another topic. It just blows my mind. Is that you haven't even once had them call their grandparents. Not once. But then I understand, in a matter of speaking. I know you don't want to talk to my parents. Why? Because of what you did. So you can't justify to two persons that are solidly grounded in the scriptures. You can't justify the divorce to them. So naturally, you don't want to talk with them. It's understandable. But anyway, I have them. They have all those documents, everything. The criminal acts that you with Rick Clark, who's now dead, etc. And I want to make sure, and I'm going to say this statement right now, because see, I trust you, that's gone. There's no trust. You can't have trust in an individual that doesn't have integrity, credibility in their life. There is under no circumstances here at any time an insinuation or a threat to physically harm you, my children, anyone in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. So let me say that right now. Anything that is taken that way is deliberately taken that way in order to inflict more damage upon me, but I'm in South America, so could care less. But anyway, all right, getting ready to go to the next one.